Now what colors exactly and what the story is behind the Caesar, I will find out in a second, because I will be talking to Ray from Monkeyfinger Design, and he is now, at least we should be able to hear him. If you say something.
Can you catch me?
Yeah.
Yeah, can you catch me?
Yep. Let me see
hey,
if we
awesome.
can have some.
Thanks very much for having me on.
All right, now the people can also see you. How about that?
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
It absolutely is a good thing, I would say.
Right on.
So, I see you are in your shop, right?
Yeah, I sure am.
Okay, cool. Great. Let's head right straight into the Caesar. Tell us a little bit about it.
Okay, so the Caesar was kind of the idea came from Chris Allen, formerly from Yo-Yo Skills. So what happened was we were lucky enough to have Chris on board for the release of the Gelada 2, and he made some absolutely brilliant videos for the release of that guy. And so he approached me after that one and asked if he could design a yo-yo that was much more geared towards the competition side of things.
Okay.
So, and that's kind of where it was born. So he sent me off a sketch, and we went back and forth. We refined the design a bunch of times, and then came up with what we got.
Okay. I will now switch over to some of the images so the viewers can actually see the yo-yo now. When I first saw it, I have to say that it kind of reminded me of the Lizula because of the way the inner side is designed.
Yeah.
Did you get, you know, is it something that borrows designs from Lizula, or is it just from the images?
Yeah, no, it actually kind of goes all the way back to the Evil Yo, which was our first yo-yo that we ever produced. So that, you know, that real dished inner cup, that play area there kind of came from there. And then the Lizula was kind of designed as a learning yo-yo. So you just, you know, with that one, it's impossible to miss the string with that thing. It's just, It catches everything. And then, you know, when Chris came up with this one, we took a little bit from that Lizula and the Evil Yo legacy kind of thing and put it all together.
Okay, cool. It's kind of hard to see on the image, but on one of the images, it kind of it's not a spiked cup, is it? No, there's like a hub or something.
There's kind of a really shallow spike in the cup side.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Spec-wise, it is 58 millimeters in diameter, which is kind of big, isn't it? Or bigger than...
It's definitely a full size.
Okay.
And there's a couple of reasons behind that. And if you get just, you know, a couple of millimeters bigger on that diameter, it absolutely is a much better spin times.
Okay. All right. Yeah. And
so that's kind of what we were shooting for that guy, being a competition throw.
Okay. And it has 69 grams, which is not very light either. But
no.
So, you know, coming from your experience, and I know you're a little bit biased on it here, how does it play? I mean, is that really the competition yo-yo that you were aiming for, and did you achieve your goals with that?
For me, it really is. So, you know, the idea is that you can throw this thing, you can nail all the string hits, everything that you want to do with it. It's really nimble in and out. You can feel it when it hits the bottom of that string, and then, you know, it's not a lot of floatiness to it, so you can really push it around exactly where you want it to be.
Okay. Cool. Sounds awesome. Regarding the colors, I read on Yo-Yo News that one of them is exclusive to your store, right? The Galactic Blood, is it?
That's the one, yeah.
All right. Okay. So if I'm aiming for that one, then I have to check monkeyfinger.ca, isn't it?
That's the one. Yep, you got to
Right.
come to our store for it. And that colorway in particular is designed by Chris. So
Okay.
he's designed the yo-yo, and that colorway is kind of his colorway. So if you want that one, you got to come to us to get it.
Okay. And then you have the Laurel Crown
Yep,
colorway and Gladiator's Conquest
yep,
and oh, Iwazaru? No, how do you pronounce that?
yeah.
I was
Iwazaru,
pardon?
Iwazaru.
Iwazaru. Okay.
Yeah.
And
So that one's actually the second colorway Monkeyfinger ever made.
oh,
We
really?
haven't produced that colorway again for 4 years. So
Wow.
we pulled that one right out of the archives. That was the second color that we put out on the, or the third color, sorry, that we put out on the Evil Yo.
Okay. Awesome. And then there's a Silverback Tiger colorway.
Yep.
I have to say, it's with your colors, it's always difficult to choose. It's really difficult because they're just so awesome.
Do you know what? That's a really great compliment. Thank you. That was, you know what? We work hard. We work hard on these guys, and we do our best to try to separate ourselves from the competition, kind of thing. And that's one of the things that we spend a lot of time on.
Yeah, exactly, and it's actually you can actually see that you do an awesome job. Now I have here some previous models. If we leave, oh, one thing or two things, no, one thing, because the release date is known already, so 15th of December. But
Yep.
what about pricing? Have you said anything about that already?
Yeah. So the pricing is going to be 102 USD.
All right, okay, that's fair.
Yeah. So we try to squeeze it as close to the $100 mark as we possibly can, kind of thing.
Sure. Yeah, I remember that. I think I got at least one or two return tops. We're in Canada now, right?
That's right. You got it. Yeah.
Yeah, return tops from Yo-Yo
Yeah.
Z. So hopefully the next UK store will also carry your return tops. By the way, just like on a side note, did you hear anything about that?
Do you know what? This was the first I heard. I know Richie got a hold of me, which is, you know what? I wish him all the best of luck and stuff. But
Right.
you know, I gotta say, Richie was on board with us from the get go. He's carried every single model and every single product we've ever dreamt up. So I couldn't thank him more. And it's a really sorry to see him to kind of go.
It is, and in fact, I've got the top 3 here with me. Right?
Nice,
Yeah, and I got that from him. So
nice.
that was really good. That was really awesome. And in here, in this top 3, and I will come back to that in a minute. But I have here a Lezula. So I have it now here on a close-up cam, so that people can see it. It's really a different yo-yo from the design and everything. And then I've got the old Gelato, which was actually my first Monkeyfinger Design, I think. Wasn't it? Yeah, it was
Yeah.
the first original one at least. And then the Ape Axe, right?
Yeah,
And that one
very
is
cool.
the Dragon Slayer version. And
Oh, okay.
and of course that is the exclusive colorway for Yo-Yo Expert. And I have to have
Yep.
a close-up
That's right.
cam here, like a super close-up thing, because that is a beautiful colorway. I'm showing it now.
That's
in a
pretty
close-up.
cool.
There's this dragon here. Hopefully people can see it. That is
Yeah.
incorporated into this color. This, when I saw that on Yo-Yo Expert, I thought that is the definition of the Dragon Slayer yo-yo. I mean, that is what that colorway needs to look like. It's
Yeah.
really awesome, and there was no way I couldn't just have it not in my collection.
That's really cool. Thank you very much. You know what? With that one, we worked on it. It just kind of happened. We didn't really plan it out. Like we had the graphics all ready to go, and we had a couple of ideas in our head. But then when it all came together, we were really happy with that guy. But we kind of do the Dragon Slayers a little bit different for each run. So the first Dragon Slayer isn't necessarily the same as the Dragon Slayers you would have found on other models either.
Right, right. I think I remember that, or thinking that when I saw. I don't know what it was. But yeah, I remember that I was thinking just the same thing, that it was definitely a Monkeyfinger Dragon Slayer, but it wasn't exactly the same as the one I already had. So that's also really cool.
Yeah.
But I think that is the Rotten Apple Gelada that I have here. And I can show this here. And then this is Lemongrass, I think, or...
Lemon Meringues.
Yeah, right. Lemon Meringues.
That's the one, yeah.
Lazula, yeah. It is really... That was... to be. Are you satisfied with the Lazula? And the reception it got?
I'm going to... Do you know what? Do you know what? They sold like crazy.
They did?
But to do it all over again, I would definitely do some minor changes. The overall with it was fine. But yeah, there's a couple of small things that I would change with it. Who knows? Maybe next year we'll do a Lazula too. I'm not sure.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, when I saw that, or when people actually got to try it, I had the feeling that some of them were kind of irritated at the shape, but a lot of people were intrigued. So I can definitely understand why they sold so easily. Beautiful yo-yos, so really cool.
Cool. Thank you very much, man.
You're welcome. Well, thank you for producing that. Before I go to the a special unboxing that I've planned here, I want to show you and the audience my very first Monkeyfinger Design yo-yo, which is actually not directly from Monkeyfinger Design.
Oh yeah, G-squared.
Right, the Nessie. That was the Nessie that you did with G-squared. It was like 10 produced or something. And
yes, yeah, I think we did 10 in total. Yeah.
Yeah. Let me give a little close up again here. So that's a really cool colorway as well, like this bicolor and then splash or something. And then
yeah, so Jacob's really cool to work with because he's got a heck of an imagination over there. So he comes up with these crazy ideas and designs, and then we kind of bang some ideas back and forth until we settle on a project, and then we do it up for him.
Right. So that really shows. And what they also did is sell a T-shirt or include a T-shirt with that. Yeah. So there was a whole package, and it was a really neat idea. And they did a little teaser videos before it was released and everything, doing a little build up and all. So, but now you've done some more frequent projects with Jake and G-squareds lately, and one of them is actually something that I will also unbox later, which was the Aftershock, I think, the Groovy Gobstopper or something like that?
Yeah, that's the one, yeah.
That kind of looked weird, but can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, that anodizing, of all the stuff that we've done for Jacob, was so difficult and intricate. It absolutely took me forever to do. We were in the shop for probably almost 12 hours getting those guys done by the time we had them sealed up and cleaned up. It was a long, long day for those 10.
All right, so cool. Yeah, as I said, I'm gonna unbox that a little later, so that's gonna be really interesting.
Right on.
But you not only work with G-squared, but I've got two other companies here. That is the Victory, I believe, from Eternal Throw.
Yeah.
I have that here as well. And then, I don't know if you remember this one.
Oh, that's the very first collab we did. Yeah,
Oh,
I love
really?
Yo-Yo. Yeah, that's the very first one we did.
Exactly. That is
Those
the.
guys were those guys were awesome to deal with. I would do another one with those guys in a second.
All right, cool. Good to hear. Yeah, that's from the German company I Love Yo-Yo.
Yeah.
And actually, I got this.
Again,
I got that from. Did I get it from Frank personally? I don't know. I got so many yo-yos from him. I can't even remember where I got that. Or was that Dominic? But like one of the guys, I think it was through the I Love Yo-Yo forum. That I know for sure.
yeah.
And I'm really glad that I have it. It's kind of difficult to see, and I don't know if I can show it with a super close-up cam. I will try it, but there's one thing that you did there, which is they say it's ghosting. Is it?
Yeah, we ghosted a monkey on top of the little heart, I believe, right?
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
How does that work? How do you do that? Or is that like company secret?
So what you no, it's not a big secret. So what we got to do is we put that the initial image into the blast. So that image of the monkey there is put into when we blast the actual yo-yo.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. So then when you get all the color and everything else on there, it's very, very subtle. You got to have it just at the right angle, and then the change in the blast, you will see whatever image you kind of want in there. It's kind of a really subtle effect, but very cool.
Yeah. And you've done it with a couple of models. I mean, the G squared one I think has the G squared logo ghosted. Yeah, in the inside cup as well. And
Yeah.
you've done that with a couple of yo-yos as well. Now, before I go to the Tiki project that I have here,
Yeah.
can you tell
Yeah.
us? I don't know what anodizing really is, to be honest. How do you do that? What is that actually? What goes into that?
Okay, so in a nutshell, you're gonna have to get your parts and you give them a super clean. They're cannot like surgical clean before you put them into an acid bath. Okay, and then
Hmm.
you put DC volts through them, and it builds a 1 mil thickness coating on the outside of the aluminum with little tiny pores. Okay, so they
Okay.
build little tiny tubes on there up to 1 mil thick. So then when you go into your different colors, it's that little tiny thickness of the coating that grabs the colors. And then you'll go into a color, then you'll mask it off. You'll go into another color, mask it off, and that's kind of how we produce all our stuff.
Wow. That I've tried to imagine that, but it sounds like a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. It's about so for a run of let's just say 100 yo-yos when we produce about 100 yo-yos.
Right.
So just the anodizing process takes about 70 man hours to get it into a box.
Oh wow. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. Yeah.
Yeah. But if I would want solids, then it's probably quicker, isn't it?
Way quicker. Yeah, so it just comes out of the give it a rinse right into a solid color and you're done.
Ah,
No
okay.
masking, no fancy stuff, no nothing.
All right. Okay. So that explains why splashed and more elaborate colors are actually more expensive than your normal solid colors.
That's right. So like on our website, you can order up a custom yo-yo and it goes everywhere from, the very bottom price all the way till, sky's the limit, every possible thing you can think of on there, and we'll try to squeeze it onto that little tiny yo-yo.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that because I remember that you can actually, and that is really weird. I mean, weird, awesome, cool. I don't know. It's kind of hard to actually put in words because you can actually
Yeah.
go to your website and say, "Hey, I have this awesome, cool, crazy idea of a color, and it's this, and go do it." And then you try to do it for small fee.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. So sky's the limit. Whatever you want to do, you can make yourself a one of a kind whatever, and we'll do our best to get it done.
Right. The website is monkeyfinger.ca or
Dots.
Monkeyfinger Design CA.
Yep. No, monkeyfinger.ca.
All right. Okay. Cool. All right. Let's see. Maybe I will, yeah, go to the Tiki one now, because that is once again pushing the limits on yo-yos. That is a, it's not a 40. It was
Apex.
Then Apex, right? And what you did here is you actually built kind of a stand or something. But how about this? You tell the audience a little bit about the project while I unbox this thing.
Sure. Okay, so this whole project started actually from a friend of mine who's an artist. He's over at Salty Sea Dog website, and he does all kinds of pottery stuff, right? So one of the things he does is these really cool tikis, and he's building tiki mugs and all kinds of stuff. And I'm thinking, I have a conversation with him, and I'm like, well, you think you could build like a cool little stand for a yo-yo? And he's like, yeah, let me take a look. So we come up with an idea and a design, and it was pretty cool because he made 10 of them, and they're all completely different. So they're all one of a kind. Okay. So then the hard part was then going back and thinking, okay, I've got to put this whole thing together and make it like a piece of wood.
Right.
So that's kind of where the idea and everything was born.
All right. Now, okay, I've got a whole bunch of different stuff here as well. Okay. I unboxed it from the bottom, but that is fine. So we're going to talk about this in a second. It's here, but I have to say, it doesn't sound good.
No, that doesn't sound good.
It doesn't. Do you hear that? It sounds like...
Yeah, I hear that.
It got smashed.
That doesn't sound like it survived very well.
It didn't, did it? Oh, let's see. No.
Oh, that sucks, dude.
Well, it's coming from overseas, so they're bound to... Oh.
Do you know what?
Huh?
That's too bad. 'Cause, out of all of them that got sent out, they all made it in one piece except for this one that you were unboxing.
Yeah. Let's see. But you really packed it up really well. I've got difficult getting to it. I want to see. But it's what is it? Let me see. Yeah, it got sent through normal. I mean, the normal German post office is doing that, and no. Well, tell you what, I'm not gonna. I'm not.
I'll tell you what. I will fix you up. I'll get in contact with my buddy here, and I'll get him to do you up another one, and I'll send it out to you.
Yeah. Well, let me get to this first and see if I can how big the damage really is. I didn't really know it was ceramics, and I can really understand if that gets hit and everything. So that didn't go as planned.
No, not at all.
But but the idea behind it is awesome. So that's really cool, and the stands do look awesome. And
well,
yeah,
you know what?
as you said, all of them made it safe, and I've never heard any reports from anybody reporting anything about broken tikis. So this is certainly due to German post office people.
I'll get you another one though. I'll get you another one, dude. And then when you start season 2, then you can have a full one in all one piece.
All right, that sounds like a plan. Well, actually, in like the show before, that, I actually had 2 boxes that I unboxed that also had some difficulties getting to me. One was actually from G Squared, and I never got really any notice that the package had arrived, so they just sent it back to Jake. And we were like, where's the package? And oh, should I send you another one? And I'm like, well, no, let's wait because it's Christmas time and it takes a lot of time. And that was last year. And then,
Yeah.
like, I think in January, he contacted me, says, hey, dude, guess what I got? And it was my package. So he had to resend it. And the other one, that was even funnier. That was the one from Yo-Yo Z. It wasn't delivered to me, and I got an email, I think, because I should contact them. No, I actually went through the tracking, and I saw that there was a problem. So I contacted them and had it re-delivered to me, and it got to me fine. But there was a sticker on it that said that the package couldn't be delivered because the house got demolished. That's what it said. And I'm like, hey, I said to my girlfriend, guess what? Our house got demolished. The very one that we live in. It says right here on the sticker. So it's really weird. All right, but cool. Special edition yo-yo nonetheless of the Apex with all the tiki symbols. Is it lasered on here?
Yeah, we do very, very little lasering. So just for the special projects, we'll get some lasering done on those guys.
All right. Awesome. And special packaging as well. The triangle boxes that you have and the bag. And that actually gets me to another thing, because you are not only selling yo-yos, but you're also selling a whole bunch of accessories as well. Everything.
Yeah.
Right?
So we figured, we're not busy enough with yo-yos. We'll try to make a bunch of other stuff too.
Cool. I have the Gorillas lubricus here.
Yep.
Which is your lube, right?
Yep, that's our bearing conditioner, yeah.
Bearing conditioner, right. Okay, yeah, right, exactly.
Yep.
That's what it was called. And then I've got the buff.
Yep.
Which
that'll keep so you can put that on any of your metal yo-yos to make sure that they have the maximum grind, and it makes all of the colors pop the best.
Yeah, exactly. And you also have posted videos on YouTube like a couple of months ago, I think, describing how to actually apply that buff on your yo-yos to make it all shiny and everything.
Yeah, absolutely. For all our products, there's all explanations on our YouTube page.
Right. There, keep in refrigerator, it says here, and underneath it says monkey snot. Now, before I put that in my fridge, I actually will have to do some explaining to my girlfriend. Otherwise, she will come and open the fridge in the morning and say, "There's snot in the fridge. Why is there snot in the fridge? What is that stuff?"
So that's our response system. That's our silicone response system. So our flowable silicone.
Okay.
So it comes in 10 different colors, 8 different colors.
Okay.
And it comes with a little tiny syringe, so it's really simple to use, really simple to apply, and it's really sticky. So we think it's the best stuff out there. So, but I'm a little biased.
No, obviously. But I believe you. Yeah, I actually had some of the. Or I had 2 samples, free samples in my top 10 bag, which is the next item on the list.
Our top 3 bag, yeah.
Top 3, sorry, yeah, top 3.
Yeah. So that's a bag design we came up with because, I would go to all these yo-yo meetings with the guys local to Calgary, and everybody would bring out these big, elaborate cases with 20 and 30 yo-yos in them, and I thought, you can't carry that everywhere with your bag or your briefcase or your school bag or backpack. So we came up with this idea. So the idea behind it is this guy will attach to anything else that you're already carrying, including just your belt.
Right. Exactly. I noticed that, I have a messenger bag, and I noticed that I can easily put this on the top handle. There are these big 2 metal loops thingies.
Yeah, D-rings.
Yeah, right, D-rings, and I can strap it to the top of my messenger bag because it has some side opening things, closing mechanisms, and it just
Yeah.
fits right in there. So that's really cool. And they also have a little handle here. So it's really versatile. This one is version, well, one of the earlier versions, actually, because this one has the inside pockets. There are inside pockets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 inside pockets, and they point towards the inside, so to speak. Now, if I put in here the monkey snot syringe, as it were, or as it was when I bought it, it does fit and everything. But I noticed that in the current versions that the pockets are actually facing like towards each other, right? They got turned around?
That's right. Yeah. Yeah, we turned them a little bit because we found that things were just sliding around a little more than we want them to, kind of thing. So it kind of limits them if they're facing the other direction.
Right. Yeah, but they come in colorful inside colors, and the outside is leather. And then I have the monkey string hybrid yo-yo string that I have here.
Yeah. So that stuff was born from idea that, I don't know how everybody else is, but if I'm using 100% poly, I get a couple of hours out of the stuff and it's done.
Yeah.
So I started messing around with different formulas of threads and stuff, and we came up with this formula just because there's a real short break-in time with it, but then it literally lasts about 10 times longer than your other string. And it feels the same as 100% poly. It's maybe a touch heavier. Really, really good for slacks and stuff like that. But, we've had really good luck with it.
All right, cool. Also in this top 3 bag, I had a sample of Crazy Clown. And I remember that was this string thing where you had different weights or something?
So
or different thicknesses?
That's right. So different weights and thicknesses to go to your play style. But you know what? Unfortunately, it didn't really take off too much. So then we kind of tossed that one out the window and then went with just the one style hybrid. But the idea behind it was if you're an advanced player, you'd get a thinner string. And if you were just learning, like remember way back when you very first started, you get a couple of binds in. It's pretty difficult, but it's a lot easier with a thicker, heavier string. You know, and then you kind of advance to the medium, and then you end up with the what we were calling the professional grade.
Right. All right.
Yeah.
I remember that when I got, I think, a test sample or something, or I got the tryout pack, so to speak, where you had a little instruction saying, here are the different sizes, and put them on and play with one yo-yo, and doing pretty much everything with each different kind, then switch out once it's done, switch out to another one, try it out, and even if it feels weird at first, go through that whole string again, kind of force yourself, get acquainted with that, because you might find that the thicker or thinner string will do things better or worse than other tricks. And it really sounded like an elaborate kind of thing to find out the perfect string for myself. So I can imagine that.
It's like when you go golfing, right? You go golfing and you ever been sized up for some golf clubs? The guy wheels over 22 different clubs, and then you just kind of swing them all, and then one just feels right. It was kind of the same idea behind that.
Okay. Huh. So maybe I should go golfing now. Oh, and last but certainly not least, I just saw that. My keys. Yes. And amongst my keys
the Rhino tool.
The Rhino tool. Close up. I think I have to get the super close up cam for that. Huh? Yeah?
We haven't made the Rhino tool for a long time because they're just so labor intensive. And it's just me. We kind of had to thin things down. I can't do everything, you know what I mean? But I've had so many requests for that thing. I might I might just do another batch of 100 or a couple hundred of them and send them out into the world again because people really do like that thing.
All right. If you do that, one improvement suggestion that if I may make that.
Sure. Yeah. Absolutely.
I noticed that it is sometimes, especially when you have it on a keyring like I do, what's it called, the level or leverage, or it's kind of difficult because I have the keys here in my hand, and then so if you could actually add like a neck or something to make the thing a little bit longer, yeah, then I think it would be really cool.
Yeah, we can do that. We're not talking a lot. Like even a quarter of an inch would make a big difference, right?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and then we haven't really talked about what the Rhino tool does. It can pick your knots, it can cut your string, and it can remove the bearing, and it can remove the axle. And
take an axle, yeah.
It opens your beer bottle.
That's the most important. Come on.
Yeah. And I've actually done that or tried that, but again, if the neck would have been there, it would have, the lift would have been easier.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, if you make a version 2.0 on the Rhino tool, then you've got my blessing and support. And if you add a neck to that, I will definitely get it.
Okay, you know what? If I go that far, we're gonna bank some ideas back and forth for some improvements then before we get it.
All right. Yeah. People that know stereotypes about Germans probably know that we drink lots of beer, so one might think I would be a perfect test candidate for the beer opening part, but behold, I don't drink beer. Actually, I don't drink alcohol. Shocking as it might sound, I don't do that. I could, but I don't. So, but I can open some Cokes or Sprite or some other lemonades. Or
you gotta know somebody.
Yeah. I can hand it over to my girlfriend. So
there you go. That sounds great.
It does. Ray, thank you very much. I think we've covered it pretty much all.
Yeah, listen, I'm absolutely shocked at the scope of everything you got over there and all the questions and stuff. You covered absolutely everything and anything. You did a great job, and I appreciate you having me on. It was awesome.
Yeah, thank you very much from my side, because I'm really honored that you actually took this request that I gave you and asked you. I think back in August we talked about that, and that you said you were on board right away. So I appreciate that very much, and I actually love the stuff that you have and all the stuff that you offer, and it's really cool that you not only keep this anodizing mastery, let's be honest, to yourself, but you actually let other companies and even individuals have a go at that and be part of that. So that's really cool. It's really appreciated, and I really love it. And every time anybody says a Monkeyfinger co-op is coming up, or when you do announcements of your stuff, I already know that it's going to be tough on my bank account in a couple of weeks. So.
Well, thank you very much, and you know what? We'll definitely. I'll talk to my buddy, and we'll see if we can't get. I'll get that stand replaced for you.
Okay, cool.
Here, so you got something to talk about for season 2.
All right, awesome. Yeah, with that, I don't know if you have anything to add. Is anything on your mind?
No, just thanks very much. December 15th for the new Caesar release. And then, yeah, everything should be good to go.
All right, awesome. Cool. Right.
Awesome. Dude, thank you very much.
Thank you. And, yeah, with that, what is it? What time is it now? Like 2 o'clock or something over there?
It is 3:20.
Okay, so I can say good day, goodbye.
There you go. Oh, before I go, I got to ask, what's the temperature over there?
The temperature is like around 10 to 15 degrees Celsius. I don't know what that is in like...
That's not bad. That's pretty nice.
Yeah, we had...
That's like midsummer over here.
Oh, is it? What temperature is it
woke
now?
Up this morning, it was minus 25 this morning with minus 40 Celsius the wind chill this morning when I was shoveling the walk.
Celsius?
Celsius, yeah. It was a little chilly. A little chilly this morning.
Well, but now it all makes sense why you are so good at this very complicated anodizing thing, because there's nothing outside that you can do except skiing, and that gets old, I guess, after a while.
It's pretty cold. It limits what we're doing, for sure.
How do you actually play yo-yo then? Because that is my big difficulty right now. Playing with an aluminum yo-yo during the winter is so bad because they get so cold so fast, and then you can't really handle that. How do you do that in minus 20 degrees?
A thin set of gloves. It's so cold. I can't see you doing it outside. Everybody's inside doing it.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
All right, Ray, thanks again.
All right.
And
awesome.
We'll keep in touch, and I will definitely make sure that I get my hands on one of those cool Caesars. Caesars coming in December 15th. All right.
Yeah, send me a note, and I'll make sure we hook you up.
Sure. All right, cool.
Awesome. Cool, thanks, man. You have a great night.
You too. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching this video. Please like it and also leave a comment. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, where you can find the full Throwlicious live episode of this video. And check out the other clips and episodes there as well. Finally, get more information about the show and the Spin Central channel on Facebook, Twitter and Ask.fm. I always love to hear from viewers what they think of the show, so don't be a stranger and stay in touch.